I don't, uh, I don't even know what to say about this video, but anyways, let's get into it. Sorry guys. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. So, I wasn't even going to do this video update on this case. However, I was reading the kind of news articles that came out about it, and it honestly made my blood boil. And so I thought that this would be a kind of part I think 5 that we're at now, just to kind of, I don't want to take anything away from the case, but you'll see what I mean in a moment. So today was basically supposed to be Bradley Barton's kind of sentencing hearing to like begin the process of like his sentencing. However, his lawyers have put forth applications to have a mistrial. And I was just like, okay. I mean, I wasn't entirely shocked about it, to be honest with you guys. I was kind of like expecting it to go that way, or either to have like I don't even know, but I didn't expect for it to go as smoothly. And then I was like, okay, let me look a little bit more into this, because I'm like, well, I'll just take notes for the next video, because I mean, literally, I would just come on here for 2 seconds and be like, hey, we don't have an update yet. And then I don't know, I just got so angry reading this, because his lawyers have put out statements from, Bradley and stuff, and he is playing the victim. He is saying he has been wronged in so many ways, and this has just been one big mistake, and I literally just wanted to fucking punch the wall and scream. Okay, first of all, what the fuck? Okay, you're literally taking away from a woman who lost her life, who, again, everybody makes mistakes, life choices, nobody's perfect. And you took away, she was 36 years old, and you took away this beautiful soul, and you're playing the victim? What? You're playing the victim. You were the one that was wronged? Are you fucking kidding me? You killed somebody and got away with it for, 10 plus years. And then as soon as, the Supreme Court of Canada has literally deemed the evidence like, hey, yes, we need to have another trial because fuck, there was a lot of mistakes. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out the links in the description, because there is so many things to go forward through while we wait. And so this was taken to another trial, and you were found guilty. And what, now that you can't get away with your crimes anymore, you're playing the victim? I literally just wanted to scream. And then, I don't want to toot my own horn in this thing. I was going to keep it very, very separate. But, a lot of people have been asking me questions about this, and I just think that this is a good part to put it in, because, this video is short and whatnot. But I can see where his sons learned that, okay? Where they can do no wrong. That they are the victims. That, boo-hoo-hoo. We've had a tough life. It's just, like, really? That is exactly what his sons used to do. I'm the victim. I can do no wrong. It's everybody's hurting me. Everybody's against me, you know? It's like they can't take responsibility for their actions at all. They can't. And I'm saying they because fuck, put the three of them together, because they are like the exact same way. Like, when I was reading these news articles and they were just giving out statements from Bradley, it sounded exactly like what his sons used to say. You know, when I was trying to not accuse them, but say, hey, these assholes did this, this, and this to me, and they would be like, oh, I'm the victim. Oh, I can do no wrong. I was in the right. And it's like people just expected to, like, just, I don't know, just walk away and be like, okay, it's not our problem anymore. And that is exactly what it is coming down to in this fucking case. And it is pissing me off. And I hope to fucking God that there is not a mistrial. Because there has to be some justice in this. And I'm not even, there is just so many angles to this case, and I can only imagine what the family is going through in this case of what the hell is going on. You know, Gladue was, you know, again, I'm going to say, you know, nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. But she did not deserve the death that she got, you know. I hope that we all die of old age in our beds. But, you know, the way her death was handled and treated and really mishandled in the first trial. And then for, you know, Canada to kind of wake up and from the Supreme Court point of view and say, no, there has to be some justice, because she does have a Aboriginal First Nations background. And just to kind of use that as a, like, oh, even for, like, the justice system, I feel like that was just like because a lot of people were talking about First Nation Aboriginal cases, and hers was, you know, at the top of the list. And to me, it just felt like a little bit of a stunt. Like, they were perfectly okay with this case being closed and a murderer walking the streets. And then, you know, when a little bit of sound was made, the Supreme Court says, okay, well, you know, we can retry it and stuff. But can't be tried as a murder trial. It can be tried as a manslaughter. And then just to, you know, go through the process of it being a more respectable case, you know, it was handled the right way. A lot more evidence was given at the trial, and it was really well handled and really respectful compared to the first trial. And then to be found, you know, guilty, which gives everybody a sigh of relief, like, hey, some justice is done. And then just to spit in her family's face and mourn and say, oh, I'm the victim? Are you... What goddamn planet, and who the fuck gave you the right to act like king shit? I'm sorry. I know I sound like a crazy person right now. And I'm just so frustrated at the fact that his sons are exactly the same way and acted the same way. And I'm not trying to compare situations. I'm just saying I now 100% know for a fact this is where they learned this from, this behavior. And, you know, it's honestly just mind blown. You know, I'm standing here in my room. I look like a piece of shit, but, you know, it's been a long day. And just to read this, it not that it triggered me, it just really royally pissed me off. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to do a video on this. I just stewed for like a good 45 minutes, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. Because honestly, people need to know that this bullshit happens. Like, how, like, how the fuck do you sleep at night when you just come out here playing the fucking victim when you murdered somebody? Like, what planet does a human being do that? And I know there's lots of fucking cases out there like that. Like, and, you know, we will get to them one day when we're covering other cases, but I know this ramble is off, like, on so many tangents right now, but the fact is that it just needs to be, people just need to be aware that him playing the victim is not okay. It is not right. It is very disrespectful, and, like, honestly, he should not get away with this behavior. And I hope to God that he doesn't get a mistrial, because that means that I don't think it can be retrialed due to the statuses of all that other stuff. And I'm just really hoping that the prosecuting team, you know, they didn't fuck up on anything. Like, their information is in, I'm sorry, I'm shaking, you guys. Like, it is, like, solid. Like, there is no room to dispute. There is no room to say that, oh, because you said this, oh, because of this evidence, automatic mistrial. I really, really hope that that doesn't fucking happen. Okay? Because I and I know some of you that have been commenting in on the other parts of this series, I guess we're going to call it a series now, on this case. And I could sense the frustration with you guys too, and I know that I'm not alone. And I would never try to put my personal ties into this case and try to, like, you know, maneuver them in there and whatnot. I just feel like this part needs to be, like, said, okay? That I'm trying to be very detached from this case, and it's not working. As you can tell, because it did hit close to home. You know, I was in a very violent situation with Bradley's sons and friends when this case took place. And I saw, you know, the back end of it, how it infected the family. And, you know, certain things were said that, you know, that I know a lot of people are that have commented on it and saying, well, why aren't you going into more detail about the relationship and all that stuff? And, like, how well did you know him, like Bradley? And it's just, I did not know him well. I only met him once or twice. I'm gonna say that again. I know I've stated that before. I knew him through his sons, okay? And I know how that kind of, a lot of people won't understand that, but don't forget, this was high school when I was, you know, back in the day, when this case first happened, when this murder first took place. You know, teenage relationships don't necessarily, you know, get the families involved. You know, it's not like now when you have, like, you know, when you're older and stuff and you go over for dinners and stuff and whatnot. I tried that with one of the sons that I was dating at the time, not during this case, a few years prior. And he totally disrespected me on that level. And my family, like, just making excuses. And, you know, he didn't even want to come to my black belt grading when I was doing Taekwondo. And again, that was a red flag. I knew something was up and stuff. And he, of course, made me feel terrible, that it was my fault. I know how that sounds and people are going to question that, but when you're in an abusive relationship, the manipulation that takes place, it's scary and it's dark and it's really, really hard to explain for people that have never been in that situation. And I hope to God most of you have not been in that, or all of you have not been in that situation. But I know some of you that have messaged me and emailed me, and we have been going back and forth. Unfortunately, you have been in a situation of that, maybe, on different degrees and different levels. And I really, really apologize that you had to go through that. But where I'm going with this is, I really think that Bradley's manipulating a lot of people into believing that he's the victim, and I don't think that that's right. That's basically what I'm getting at. When the case took place, I wasn't dating, I know how this is going to sound. I wasn't dating any of them, but the abuse was there. The manipulation was there. And, they did act out. The brothers, they acted out. And of course, like I said in many videos before, a lot of people just accepted that. They were okay with that. And they manipulated people into oh, woe is me, my dad's in jail for something he didn't do. He was just there. And, people felt bad for them and whatnot. And this is where the manipulation comes into play, is they would say that, to whoever they were trying to manipulate at the time, and then turn around and be a completely different person, laughing, having a good time. I'm not saying that you can't do that, as a person, through great grief or whatever, but they took it to the next level where it's just they were joking about it, that they could get away with that. And, it goes back to the parenting, right? So Bradley is doing that. He is manipulating people into feeling sorry for him, that this shouldn't have happened, this trial, that, woe is me type of thing. And it's very manipulative. And now I know for a fact that that's where his sons learned it from, was from him. They used to travel with him on the road when he was a truck driver during the summer times and whatnot. And it's just this whole manipulation that the three of them have. It's just, it's scary and it's mind-blowing. And I just really, really hope whoever, I apologize that it's gotten dark. I didn't expect this video to go this long. So you can tell, I'm not set up, but that's okay. But where I'm going with this is that people see through this manipulation. So whoever's handling the paperwork or whatever, or the judge that's going to be in charge of this, I really, really hope that they see through that they don't stand for the woe is me, I'm the victim, because that is taking away from somebody who lost their life, that deserves the respect, the dignity, and the justice. And it is absolutely heartbreaking to, again, I don't want to make this about me, but I have seen this case from day one, okay, till now. And that is almost 11 years later. And it is absolutely heartbreaking and scary. Again, I don't want to take away from any of this, from the people that deserve the time. And I'm not here comparing and playing the woe is me card. I would never do that. I just feel like this is a good section to just talk, rant, get it all over, and then move forward with however this case takes place. But I don't know. This is being so close to the situation of that what it was. And I have talked about this in a Q&A. But for those who haven't watched, it was scary for me to be so close to a situation where, a murderer. You know, I essentially met a murderer, okay? Again, I'm not saying I knew him well. I knew him mostly through his sons. But, you know, to have my life threatened after this case took place, that, you know, they could easily do the same thing to me, or they could do it in some form and stuff and, you know, get away with it or whatever, and, you know, or just use, okay, I'm just gonna fucking say it, you know, have his sons use him against me, saying that they could get their dad to do away with me. Read between the lines, and then of course say, oh, well, he didn't do it. You know, it's honestly, I don't even know. Like, I know this video is all over the place, guys, and this kind of update is not, you know, very professional. However, this case, you know, strikes a nerve in me, and I'm not afraid to say that. And, you know, going forward, this is going to be kind of like, you know, my rant video for this. And, you know, going forward, it's going to be more professional. And I hope that, you know, justice is served and that people don't get away with their manipulation. Yeah, you know what, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. This has been a messy video. I apologize, but I honestly want to hear your guys' opinions in the comments below. Please be respectful of, you know, what you take away from all this, because I know you guys have been looking into the articles and watching the news and, following this case very closely. So I want to see what you guys think of this. Do you think he's manipulating the situation? Do you think he's innocent? Do you think that, you know, a mistrial should happen? I don't know. I just want to hear all of your opinions and stuff. Remember, please be respectful in the comments. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I don't even know how to finish off this video, but I'm just going to leave it as such. That we have to remember somebody lost their life and their dignity. If you guys followed part 1 through for this case, and I just want you guys to just please keep her family in your thoughts. I know, you know, regardless if you're religious or not, just know that this has been a long 11 years for this family. But yeah, if you guys want to share some love for the family in the comments below, feel free to do that too. You never know, one day down the road they might come across these videos. So again, that's why I always say please be respectful in the comments below for these cases, because you never know if family members will ever come across these videos. So until the next video, guys, please stay safe, and we will be back with another video soon. Sending my love to you guys.